Hello everyone! Welcome to this video where I'll walk you through how to create a product rate list with barcodes using this awesome web application built with Google Apps Script and Google Sheets. This app lets you manage products while generating barcodes for easy printing. Let's dive in. First, let's explore the Products tab. You'll notice two views here, Table View and Grid View. The table view displays a simple list of products with columns for SKU, category, description, rate, printed status, and a barcode preview. You can also perform actions like editing or deleting products, which I'll show you later. The grid view, on the other hand, shows barcode labels in a printable format, perfect for generating physical labels. You can switch between these views using the tabs at the top. Before we proceed, let's configure the app by heading to the Settings tab. Here, you can customize how the app interacts with your data. Start by selecting the Google Sheet where your product records are stored. In this case, I'll choose Products. Next, you can map the fields. I'll set the SKU field to SKU, the label field to SKU. This will appear on the barcode label, the description field to description, and the print status field to printed. Finally, I'll select the currency format as United States US dollar to match my pricing. Once you're happy with these settings, click Save Settings. These configurations will now be used to generate barcodes and manage your product list. Now let's return to the table view in the Products tab. By default, the table view only shows products that haven't been printed yet, which is great for keeping track of pending tasks. If you want to see all products, including those already printed, simply toggle the Show All switch at the top. For now, I'll switch it back to show only unprinted products. Let's print some barcodes. You can select products individually by checking the boxes next to them, or use the header checkbox to select all displayed products at once. I'll select all the unprinted products here. As soon as I select at least one product, the Print Barcodes button becomes enabled. Clicking it opens a new window displaying the barcode labels in a 3-column grid layout. This layout can be easily customized by adjusting the CSS in the app's code if you need a different format. From here, I can either print the labels directly or save them as a PDF for later use. I'll go ahead and print them now. Once the printing is done, I can update the status of these products. Back in the table view, I'll click the Update Status button and select Change Status to Printed from the drop-down. After confirming, you'll see that the Printed column for these products now says Yes, and they'll no longer appear in the unprinted list unless I toggle the Show All switch. Let's take a quick look at the connected Google Sheet. Here's the Products sheet we're working with, containing all the records we just interacted with in the web app. You'll notice the same data: SKU, category, description, rate, and printed status. If you want to display barcodes directly in the sheet, you can use a barcode font like LibreBarcode 128 and apply it to the barcode column. Pretty handy for manual checks. Next, let's go over the CRUD operations. That's create, read, update, and delete. To add a new product, click the Add New button in the table view. A form will pop up where you can enter the product details. I'll add a new product. Category Accessories. Description Leather Wallet. And rate $25. Click Save, and you'll see the new product appear at the top of the list. To edit it, click the pencil icon next to the product. Make your changes. Let's update the rate to $30, and click Update. The product details are now updated. If you need to remove a product, just click the trash can icon next to it. Confirm the deletion, and it's gone. Now that you've seen how the app works, let me show you how to set it up for yourself. First, make a copy of the Google Sheet using the link I've provided in the description below. Once you have your copy, open the sheet and go to Extensions, and then Apps Script to access the script editor. In the editor, click the Deploy button in the top right corner and select New Deployment. In the Deployment dialog, choose Web App as the deployment type. Add a description like Version 1, set Execute As to Me, and for who has access, Select Only Myself to keep it private for now, then click Deploy. You'll be prompted to authorize the script. Go ahead and grant all the necessary permissions. Once the deployment is complete, you'll get a web app URL. Copy that URL, open it in a new tab. Your application is live and ready to use. First, in the Settings tab, we need to save new settings. You can now start managing your product list and printing barcodes, just like I showed you. Before we dive into the code overview, let's quickly go over the tech stack, libraries, and frameworks I've used to build this application. The backend is powered by Google Apps Script, which interacts with Google Sheets as our database to store product data. For the front end, I'm using Vue.js as the core framework, paired with Vue Router for seamless navigation between pages. For the UI, I'm leveraging Buefy, a lightweight component library built on Bulma, which provides all the components like tables, modals, and buttons you see in the app. Icons are sourced from Material Design Icons, and I'm using the Libre Barcode 128 text font to render barcodes. Finally, I've added custom CSS to style the app, overriding Buefy's defaults to match the app's theme. That's the tech stack in a nutshell. Now let's jump into the code overview, line 1 to 18. This section sets up the HTML document and links external style sheets for Buefy, Libre Barcode font, and Material Design Icons. Line 22 to 40. This block renders the navigation bar, including the logo and navigation links for Home and Settings using Vue Router. Line 41 to 43. This div acts as the main container for the app, with Router View rendering the active component based on the current route. Line 46 to 48. These scripts import Vue, Vue Router, and Buefy libraries to enable the app's functionality. These lines include external JavaScript files for the store, utility functions, and page components. This script defines the Vue router routes for the products and the settings page, initializes the router, attaches the store to Vue's prototype, and creates a new Vue instance that mounts the app and initializes store data. Now, coming to the products page. This section defines the products component with a B tabs layout, creating two tabs, Table View and Grid View for displaying product data. This block renders the Table View panel, including a header with buttons for adding products, printing barcodes, updating print status, and a toggle to show all products. This section sets up the B-table component to display products with columns for SKU, category, description, rate, barcode, printed status, and action buttons. This block renders the grid view, displaying products in a barcode grid layout, with each item showing the description and SKU as a barcode. This section defines a modal for adding or editing products, with fields for SKU, category, description, and rate, and buttons to save or cancel the operation. This hidden print template div prepares a grid layout for printing barcodes of selected products, used during the print operation. This data function initializes the component state, including arrays for products, loading status, selected rows, modal visibility, and column definitions for the table. These computed properties handle form validation and filter products based on the Show All toggle. The mounted lifecycle hook logs the selected sheet and triggers the Load Products method to fetch product data on component mount. The Format Currency method formats the rate field using the locale and currency from the store, while Load Products fetches data from Google Sheets, handling success and error cases. These methods edit product, delete product, handle editing and deleting products, including confirmation dialogues and server-side updates via Google Apps Script. The Open Add Modal, Close Add Modal, and Save New Product methods manage the Add Edit modal, validating and saving product data to the server with appropriate feedback. The print barcodes method triggers the browser's print functionality for selected products, with a warning if no products are selected. The update print status method updates the print status of selected products on the server, handling success error feedback and refreshing the product list. Now, let's talk about one of the coolest features of this app: customizing the barcode appearance for printing. When you click the Print Barcodes button in the table view, the app generates a print layout for your selected products, and you can easily tweak this layout to fit your needs. Let me show you how. The print styles are defined in the CSS, specifically within a media print block, which controls how the page looks when you print it. First, the styles hide unnecessary elements like buttons, tabs, and the title, ensuring only the barcode labels are printed. The magic happens in the .print template section, which becomes visible during printing. Here's where you can customize. The Print Grid class sets up a grid layout with 3 columns by default. Using grid template columns, you can change this to, say, 2 columns by adjusting it. The gap property is set to 20 pixels, controlling the spacing between barcode labels. You can increase or decrease this to adjust the spacing. Each barcode label is styled with the print item class, which adds a 1-pixel black border, 10 pixels of padding, and centers the content. If you want a thicker border, you can change it to, for example, 2 pixels. The page break inside. A void ensures each label doesn't split across pages during printing. The print label class styles the product description above the barcode with a bold font and 14-pixel size. You can make it larger by increasing the font size to 16 pixels or change the font weight to normal for a lighter look. The barcode itself is styled with the print barcode class using the Libre Barcode 128 text font at 80 pixels. If the barcode looks too big or small, you can adjust the font size. Try 60 pixels for a smaller barcode or 100 pixels for a larger one. The margin here is set to 10 pixels on the top and bottom, which you can tweak for more or less spacing. Finally, if you add a description below the barcode, the print description class sets its font size to 12 pixels. You can increase this to 14 pixels for better readability, or even add a color property to make it stand out. That's it for this demo. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tech tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.